bustling heart of the modern world, amidst the cacophony of digital notifications and the relentless pace of innovation, one might wonder how the ancient teachings of Confucius, a philosopher who lived over 2 millennia ago, could possibly resonate with us today. Yet, as we navigate the complexities of contemporary life, the wisdom of Confucius offers a beacon of insight, guiding us through the tumult with principles that transcend time and culture. Confucius, born in 551 BC in the state of Lu, now Shandong Province, China, embarked on a journey of moral inquiry and ethical contemplation that would forever alter the course of human thought. His teachings, centered around the virtues of respect, empathy, and moral integrity, laid the foundation for Confucianism, a philosophy that has shaped the fabric of East Asian civilization and beyond. At the heart of Confucian thought lies the concept of Ren, often translated as benevolence or humanity. This principle teaches us the importance of compassion in our interactions with others, a lesson that holds profound relevance in today's world, where empathy can sometimes seem in short supply. In the rush of our daily lives, Confucius reminds us to pause and consider the humanity in everyone we meet, an approach that can transform fleeting encounters into meaningful connections. Another cornerstone of Confucian philosophy is Li, which refers to the rituals and norms that govern polite society. Far from being outdated formalities, these practices encourage us to act with consideration and respect, fostering harmony and understanding in our communities. In an era where social norms are constantly evolving, Confucius's emphasis on courtesy and propriety offers a timeless guide to navigating the complexities of social interaction with grace. Moreover, Confucius championed the value of education and the pursuit of knowledge, not merely as a means to a career, but as a lifelong endeavor to cultivate character and wisdom. This perspective is particularly relevant in our information-saturated age, where the ability to discern truth from falsehood and wisdom from knowledge is more critical than ever. Confucius's teachings encourage us to approach our education with humility and curiosity, recognizing that the journey of learning is endless and rich with potential for personal growth. Perhaps most importantly, Confucianism advocates for moral leadership, emphasizing that those in positions of power should lead by example, demonstrating integrity, fairness, and benevolence. In an era marked by political turmoil and leadership crises, this principle serves as a reminder of the ethical responsibilities that come with influence and authority. In weaving the ancient wisdom of Confucius into the fabric of our modern narratives, we find timeless truths that speak to the core of our humanity. His teachings, rooted in the cultivation of virtue and the pursuit of harmony, offer a compass to guide us through the challenges of contemporary life. By embracing the diversity of love, the importance of moral intuition, and the practical application of virtue ethics, we can navigate the complexities of our world with a sense of balance and purpose. As we stand at the crossroads of tradition and innovation, Confucius's teachings illuminate a path forward, encouraging us to reflect on the moral and ethical dimensions of our decisions and to strive for a world characterized by understanding, compassion, and mutual respect. In this way, the ancient wisdom of Confucius continues to influence us, proving that some truths are truly universal, resonating through the ages and inspiring us to build a better future. In the bustling heart of a modern metropolis, where the neon lights try to outshine the stars, lived Alex, a young professional whose life was the epitome of the urban grind. Days melded into nights as deadlines, meetings, and presentations filled the calendar squares, leaving little room for introspection or moral ponderings. Yet, amidst this whirlwind, Alex found themselves at a crossroads, facing a dilemma that challenged their moral compass. This story isn't just about choices. It's a testament to how ancient Confucian philosophy can illuminate the paths of our contemporary lives. The crux of Alex's predicament lay in a promotion opportunity, a chance to ascend the corporate ladder, but at a cost. The position involved leading a project that, while lucrative, didn't align with Alex's values. It promised prestige and financial security, but at the expense of ethical integrity. Here, the Confucian virtue of moral intuition whispered in the depths of Alex's conscience, urging a decision that resonated with their inner moral compass rather than external allurements. In seeking counsel, Alex turned to an old friend, Jamie, a scholar in Confucian philosophy. Over cups of steaming tea, amidst the hum of city life, they delved into discussions that seemed to bridge centuries. Jamie spoke of Li not just as ritual but as a life-generating activity, embodying love and goodness in every action. Imagine your decision as a pebble dropped in water, Jamie said, each ripple an impact on your own life and those around you. What ripples do you wish to create? Alex pondered the diversity of love in Confucianism, not just personal affections but a broader, altruistic concern for others and society. The promotion, while beneficial for Alex, could potentially harm the community, contradicting the Confucian principle of conscientiousness. This virtue, as Jamie explained, involved diligence and care in one's moral life, thinking beyond oneself. The concept of moral humility also came into play. In the face of a society that often equates success with material gain, choosing a path of ethical integrity required a modest understanding of one's role in the larger tapestry of life. This humility wasn't about self-deprecation but about recognizing the weight of one's actions in the moral balance of the world. Confucianism also values education, not just in the academic sense but as a vehicle for moral development and social harmony. Alex realized that this decision was also an opportunity for growth, to educate themselves and others about the importance of ethical living, even in the face of tempting prospects. Jamie encouraged Alex to consider the practical application of virtue ethics, integrating these principles into daily life. It wasn't merely about intellectual acknowledgement but about living out these virtues, making decisions that reflect a commitment to moral excellence. As their conversation wove through the complexities of ethics and ontology, Alex felt a clarity emerging. The decision was more than a career move. It was a question of the kind of person Alex wanted to be and the world they wished to contribute to. In the end, Alex declined the promotion, choosing instead to initiate a project aligned with their values, focusing on sustainable and ethical business practices. It was a risk, stepping into uncharted territory without the security the promotion promised. Yet, in this decision, Alex found a profound sense of peace and purpose. This story, inspired by the rich tapestry of Confucian philosophy, is a reminder that ancient wisdom can guide us through the moral quandaries of modern life. It teaches us that in every decision, there lies an opportunity to reflect on our values, to choose actions that resonate with virtue, and to create ripples of goodness in the world around us. In the narrative of our lives, let us strive to weave threads of moral integrity, compassion, and humility, crafting a tapestry that reflects the true essence of living Confucianism in modern times. In the heart of ancient China, amidst the turmoil and beauty of a world caught between tradition and change, lived Confucius, a man whose ideas would echo through the ages, shaping the moral fabric of billions. His life, a tapestry woven with threads of wisdom, love, and virtue, presents a narrative as relevant today as it was over 2 millennia ago. This tale, inspired by the profound philosophy of Confucius and the storytelling prowess akin to John Green's, explores the timeless journey of a man beyond the Analects. Confucius, born in an era marked by political upheaval and social decay, embarked on a quest not just for personal enlightenment, but for societal harmony. His teachings, grounded in the ancient Chinese philosophy of Confucianism, emphasized the importance of love, moral intuition, and ethical living. He believed in the power of Li as a life-generating activity, advocating for a world where actions were guided by goodness and virtue. As a master raconteur, I draw upon Confucius's belief in the diversity of love. He taught that love is not a singular emotion but a spectrum that encompasses filial piety, brotherly respect, loyalty, and benevolence. This narrative weaves through the myriad forms of love Confucius celebrated, illustrating how each act of kindness, no matter how small, is a pebble in the pond of societal well-being. Confucius's moral intuition underscored the harmony between heart and action, guiding individuals toward ethical decisions through an innate sense of right and wrong. This story, therefore, unfolds with characters faced with moral dilemmas, their hearts a compass leading them through the fog of uncertainty. The principle of Li as a life-generating activity is exemplified through the protagonist's journey, where every action, imbued with love and respect, nurtures the seeds of a better tomorrow. Confucius's life itself was a testament to living virtuously, a beacon for those navigating the complexities of human existence. In his humility, Confucius acknowledged the limits of his wisdom, embodying the virtue of moral humility. Our tale mirrors this modesty, portraying characters who, despite their flaws, strive for moral clarity and self-awareness, understanding that the path to virtue is perpetual and fraught with challenges. The narrative skillfully deploys idioms, such as, "A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step," to enrich the storytelling, adding layers of meaning and connecting the ancient with the modern. Real-life examples of individuals embodying Confucian virtues in today's world are interwoven, demonstrating the timeless relevance of his teachings. Confucius valued education not just as a means to knowledge but as a vessel for moral development and social harmony. This story pays homage to the transformative power of learning, illustrating how knowledge, when applied with virtue, can illuminate the darkest of times. The tension between intellectual and practical virtues in Confucian philosophy is explored through characters who balance the life of the mind with the demands of the heart, embodying the wholeness of human experience. In a world often divided between the black and white of moral choices, Confucianism's embrace of generalism and particularism offers a nuanced perspective. The narrative navigates this intricate landscape, recognizing that ethical decisions are often a dance between universal principles and the unique contours of individual circumstances. Ultimately, this story is a reflection on ethics and ontology, weaving Confucian thought into the fabric of everyday life. It invites readers to ponder the cultivation of virtue and the nature of being, encouraging a journey inward to the heart of what it means to live a good life. In the spirit of Confucius, this tale does not end with the final word, but continues in the hearts and minds of those it touches, a ripple of wisdom in the vast ocean of human consciousness. Beyond the Analects lies not just the life and times of Confucius, but a beacon for all who seek light in the shadows of the world. In the heart of ancient China, amidst the whispers of the wind through the bamboo and the distant hum of village life, the philosophy that would shape centuries was born. It was a philosophy not of grandiose declarations or esoteric mysteries, but of simple, profound truths about human nature and the fabric of society. This was the philosophy of Confucius, a philosophy that, at its core, sought harmony within the individual, within society, and within the cosmos itself. Confucius lived in a time of moral decay and social unrest, a period when the old Zhou dynasty's rituals and traditions, which once provided order and stability, were being neglected. Against this backdrop, Confucius envisioned a society where harmony could be restored through the cultivation of personal virtue and the observance of Li, or proper conduct. But what does this ancient philosophy have to teach us today? Perhaps more than we might initially think. At the heart of Confucian philosophy is the concept of Ren, or benevolence. This is not benevolence in a vague, all-encompassing sense, but a nuanced, multifaceted love that recognizes the different forms and expressions of love appropriate to the various relationships we navigate daily. This diversity of love, a key tenet in Confucian thought, encourages a tailored approach to our interactions, advocating for a specific kind of respect and care in each unique relationship, from family to friends to society at large. Another pillar of Confucian philosophy is moral intuition. Confucius believed that at the root of our being lies an inherent understanding of right and wrong. This moral intuition is something to be cultivated, a seed that can grow into a tree of wisdom if nurtured by education, reflection, and practice. It is the foundation upon which Li rests, guiding us in the life-generating activity that Confucius envisioned as essential for societal harmony. Li, in the Confucian context, is more than just a set of rituals. It is a manifestation of our deepest moral commitments, an outward expression of our internal moral state. It is through Li that we bring harmony into the world, transforming our environment and our relationships through actions that embody respect, care, and love. This life-generating activity is not just about maintaining order, but about creating a world where ethical beauty flourishes. Humility and conscientiousness play crucial roles in this pursuit. Confucius recognized the importance of self-awareness and modesty in ethical considerations, advocating for a life where one is always conscious of the moral implications of their actions. This conscientious approach ensures that virtue is not just an abstract concept but a practical guide to daily living. The educational aspect of Confucian philosophy cannot be overstated. Confucius was, at his core, an educator, believing deeply in the power of learning to transform individuals and, by extension, society. Education, in the Confucian sense, is not merely academic. It is moral education, the cultivation of virtue that enables individuals to live harmoniously within their communities. Confucianism makes a critical distinction between intellectual and practical virtues, recognizing that true wisdom lies in the balance between knowing and doing. This balance is crucial for navigating the generalism and particularism in morality, understanding that while there are universal ethical principles, their application is always contingent on the specifics of the situation. This brings us to the intersection of ethics and ontology in Confucian thought. Confucian philosophy does not merely offer a way to act, it offers a way to be. It suggests that our very being is intertwined with our ethical commitments, that to live virtuously is to align oneself with the fundamental order of the cosmos. In our modern world, where discord and disconnection often seem to reign, the philosophy of Confucius offers a beacon of hope. It reminds us that harmony is not a distant ideal but a practical reality that can be achieved through the cultivation of virtue, the observance of proper conduct, and the recognition of our shared humanity. In embracing the wisdom of Confucius, we find not only guidance for living a moral life but the promise of a world where harmony, both within and without, is within reach. In the tapestry of human thought, where threads of wisdom from various epochs and cultures intertwine, the teachings of Confucius emerge as vibrant strands, weaving a rich narrative of moral philosophy that continues to resonate through the ages. This tale, inspired by the ancient wisdom of Confucianism, seeks not just to entertain, but to illuminate the path to a life of virtue, balance, and profound human connection. Our story begins in a contemporary setting, where the hustle of modern life often leaves the soul yearning for meaning amidst the chaos. Enter our protagonist, Alex, a young professional navigating the complexities of personal and professional responsibilities, feeling increasingly detached from a sense of purpose and community. It is amidst this backdrop of existential longing that Alex encounters the teachings of Confucius, a serendipitous discovery that unfolds a journey into the heart of wisdom. The first lesson that strikes Alex is the diversity of love. Confucianism teaches that love is not a monolith but a spectrum of expressions, from the filial piety between parent and child to the benevolent concern for one's neighbors and community. This revelation challenges Alex to reconsider their relationships, to nurture a deeper, more nuanced appreciation for the varied forms of love that enrich life. Moral intuition, another cornerstone of Confucian thought, prompts Alex to look inward, to trust the inherent sense of right and wrong that guides ethical decisions. This introspection fosters a newfound confidence in Alex's moral compass, illuminating the path to righteousness through the fog of moral relativism that pervades contemporary society. The concept of Li as a life-generating activity introduces Alex to the idea that rituals and traditions are not mere formalities but vital acts that cultivate love, respect, and harmony. Whether it's a simple meal shared with family or the solemn respect paid to ancestors, Alex learns to view these practices as threads that weave the social fabric together, fostering a sense of belonging and community. Moral humility and conscientiousness emerge as guiding principles, teaching Alex the value of modesty in self-improvement and the importance of diligence in ethical living. These virtues become beacons, guiding Alex away from the pitfalls of arrogance and carelessness, towards a life marked by continuous moral refinement and integrity. Through the practical application of virtue ethics, Alex discovers the joy and fulfillment that come from living out virtues in everyday life. This realization sparks a transformation, turning mundane tasks into opportunities for moral growth and positive impact. The journey through Confucian philosophy also leads Alex to confront the educational aspects of moral development. Recognizing the role of learning and self-cultivation in achieving social harmony, Alex becomes an advocate for education, dedicating time and resources to mentorship and community service, embodying the Confucian ideal of the scholar official who serves society. The exploration of intellectual versus practical virtues, generalism and particularism in morality, and the intertwining of ethics and ontology further deepens Alex's understanding of the complex interplay between thought, action, and being. These lessons challenge Alex to navigate the moral landscape with both wisdom and pragmatism, seeking always to align actions with the greater good. In weaving these threads of Confucian wisdom through the narrative of Alex's life, the story becomes a mirror reflecting the timeless relevance of these teachings. From the personal to the communal, the practical to the philosophical, Confucius unveiled. A journey into the heart of wisdom invites readers to embark on their own journey of self-discovery and moral cultivation. As our tale draws to a close, we leave Alex standing at the threshold of a new chapter, poised to continue the journey with a heart full of wisdom and a spirit enriched by the ancient teachings of Confucius. In this story, as in life, the journey itself is the destination, and the pursuit of virtue is a path that leads ever onwards, towards a horizon where wisdom and compassion illuminate the way. In a world that often feels like it's spinning out of control, where the rapid pace of change can leave us feeling unmoored, the ancient wisdom of Confucius, a philosopher who lived over 2.5 millennia ago, offers a stabilizing anchor. His teachings, rooted in the virtues of love, moral intuition, and ethical living, seem almost prescient in their applicability to our modern challenges. This exploration, inspired by the narrative finesse of John Green and the ancient philosophy of Confucianism, seeks to unravel how these age-old teachings can provide guidance in our contemporary lives. At the heart of Confucian philosophy is the concept of Li, which transcends its literal translation to encompass a holistic approach to life, encouraging actions that promote social harmony and personal growth. In today's world, where discord and division often dominate the headlines, the idea of Li as a life-generating activity calls us to foster love and respect in our interactions. It's a reminder that the simple act of treating others with courtesy and kindness can be a powerful force for good. Confucius also placed a significant emphasis on the diversity of love. This concept goes beyond the realm of personal relationships to include a broader, more inclusive love for one's community and humanity at large. In an era where individualism often overshadows collective well-being, this ancient wisdom urges us to expand our circle of concern, recognizing that our fates are intertwined with those of others. Moreover, the Confucian tradition values moral intuition, suggesting that the heart and the mind are not separate in matters of ethical judgment. This perspective resonates deeply in a time when we are bombarded with complex moral dilemmas, from the ethics of artificial intelligence to the challenges of global inequality. The call to trust our moral intuition serves as a reminder to listen to our inner voice, guiding us towards the right action. Confucianism's focus on moral humility and conscientiousness is particularly relevant in today's fast-paced, success-driven culture. It teaches us the importance of self-awareness and the recognition of our limitations. In a society that often celebrates arrogance and certainty, the virtues of modesty and careful consideration stand out as beacons of wisdom, encouraging us to reflect on our actions and their impact on the world. The practical application of virtue ethics, a cornerstone of Confucian thought, offers a roadmap for living a good life through the day-to-day enactment of virtues. This approach, which contrasts with the often abstract and theoretical nature of Western moral philosophy, underscores the importance of actions over words. It reminds us that the true measure of our character is not found in grandiose statements of belief, but in the small, everyday choices we make. Confucius also recognized the vital role of education in moral development and social harmony. In our current age, where misinformation can spread like wildfire and critical thinking skills are often undervalued, this emphasis on learning and intellectual growth is more crucial than ever. It challenges us to go beyond mere acquisition of information, encouraging a deeper engagement with ideas and fostering a culture of lifelong learning. The distinction Confucianism makes between intellectual and practical virtues highlights the importance of bridging the gap between knowing what is right and doing what is right. In an era marked by environmental crisis and social injustice, this call to action is urgently needed. It's not enough to understand the challenges we face. We must also be willing to take concrete steps towards addressing them. Confucian philosophy, with its rich exploration of ethics and ontology, offers a nuanced framework for navigating the complexities of modern life. Its teachings, centered on love, respect, and ethical living, provide timeless guidance for addressing contemporary challenges. In weaving these ancient principles into our daily lives, we can find a path toward a more harmonious and fulfilling existence, proving that the wisdom of Confucius remains as relevant today as it was over 2,000 years ago. In the tapestry of history, where the threads of the past are woven with tales of philosophers and their grand ideas, there lies a narrative not often told, the human side of these thinkers. Today, we delve into the life of Confucius, a figure synonymous with wisdom and moral uprightness, yet whose personal story is imbued with the same complexities and emotions that touch us all. Confucius, born in 551 BC in the state of Lu, now Shandong Province, China, embarked on a life journey that was as human as it was philosophical. The canvas of his life was painted with the broad strokes of hardship and loss, yet detailed with the fine lines of perseverance and love. His early years were marked by the absence of his father, who died when Confucius was just 3. This loss set the stage for a life where the young Confucius would grapple with the realities of mortality and the importance of moral values from an early age. Despite the aristocratic lineage, Confucius and his family faced financial challenges, debunking the myth that wisdom and virtue are the sole preserves of the affluent. This aspect of his life underscores the Confucian virtue of conscientiousness, highlighting that diligence and careful moral living are accessible to all, regardless of their socio-economic status. Confucius's conviction in the transformative power of education was not merely theoretical but deeply personal. His own pursuit of learning, against the backdrop of his family's struggles, demonstrated his belief that education was the cornerstone of moral development and social harmony. This belief was not confined to the intellectual realm but was lived out in his commitment to teaching others, regardless of their social standing. The philosopher's life was also touched by love, both in its presence and its absence. Confucius married at 19 and fathered children, yet his writings seldom dwell on his personal relationships. This reticence speaks to the Confucian ideal of moral humility, emphasizing modesty and self-awareness over public declarations of private emotions. However, this does not diminish the depth of love Confucius experienced. Rather, it showcases the diversity of love recognized in Confucian tradition. From the familial to the societal, each form of love is vital and life-generating. Confucius's journey was also marked by his moral intuition and practical application of virtue ethics. His life was a testament to the belief that living a virtuous life was not confined to the theoretical realm but was to be practiced daily. The philosopher's travels across various Chinese states, seeking to advise rulers, reflected his commitment to applying his ethical principles in practical governance, albeit often met with disappointment. In exploring the tension between generalism and particularism in morality, Confucius's personal experiences informed his philosophical stance. He recognized that while ethical principles could be universal, their application needed to be tailored to the specific contexts of individuals and societies. This nuanced understanding of ethics highlights the philosopher's ability to merge profound philosophical discourse with the practicalities of everyday life. Confucius's life story, woven with the threads of love, loss, perseverance, and virtue, offers a compelling narrative that is both uniquely his and universally human. It serves as a reminder that behind the grand ideas and moral teachings of philosophers lie the stories of real people, navigating the complexities of life with the same hopes, fears, and desires that touch us all. In the end, the human side of Confucius enriches our understanding of his philosophy. It reveals a man who walked the path of virtue not because it was devoid of challenges, but because he knew firsthand the trials of life. His teachings, grounded in his lived experiences, continue to resonate, reminding us that at the heart of philosophy lies the unending quest to navigate the human condition with wisdom, compassion, and moral integrity. In the annals of history, few figures have left an indelible mark on the moral and intellectual landscape of the world as Confucius has. From a humble scholar to a revered sage, his evolution is not just a testament to his personal growth, but a beacon of wisdom that has illuminated paths for centuries. This narrative embarks on a journey through time, exploring the profound impact of Confucius's thought, woven with the threads of ancient Chinese philosophy, and how it continues to resonate in the modern tapestry of life. Confucius's early life was marked by an insatiable thirst for knowledge and an unwavering commitment to moral principles. In a world rife with chaos and ethical ambiguity, he sought to offer a compass through which harmony could be restored. His philosophy, deeply rooted in the love for learning and respect for traditional rituals, Li, proposed a framework for personal and societal morality that was groundbreaking. The cornerstone of Confucianism lies in its diversity of love. Confucius recognized that love, in its myriad forms, was the bedrock of social harmony and personal fulfillment. He taught that the love between a parent and child, the respect among friends, and the loyalty between ruler and subject were all essential threads in the fabric of society. But it wasn't just about recognizing these forms of love. Confucius believed in the moral intuition of individuals, trusting that within each person lay the capacity for understanding and practicing morality. This intuition was a guiding light, enabling people to navigate the complexities of ethical dilemmas with a sense of moral humility. He championed the idea that being modest and self-aware in one's ethical considerations was crucial for personal development and societal well-being. Furthermore, Confucius introduced the concept of Li as a life-generating activity. Rather than seeing rituals and traditions as rigid obligations, he viewed them as expressions of love and respect that could cultivate goodness. This ontological articulation of love as fundamentally good was revolutionary. His emphasis on conscientiousness and the practical application of virtue ethics underscored the importance of living out virtues in daily life. Confucius wasn't just a theorist. He was a pragmatist who believed in the power of education to transform individuals and, by extension, societies. He argued that intellectual virtues, such as wisdom, needed to be complemented by practical virtues like righteousness and propriety. The tension between generalism and particularism in morality was another area where Confucius's thought was particularly nuanced. He recognized that while there were universal principles of morality, the application of these principles could vary depending on the context, demanding a balance between adhering to general moral laws and considering the particularities of each situation. At the heart of Confucian philosophy lies a deep intertwining of ethics and ontology. Confucius did not separate what is from what ought to be. Instead, he saw the cultivation of virtue as intrinsic to the very essence of being human. This holistic approach to morality, where ethical living is seen as the pathway to realizing one's true nature, continues to inspire those seeking meaning and purpose in their lives. In crafting tales that draw from the rich well of Confucian thought, one cannot help but marvel at the sage's timeless wisdom. His teachings, from the emphasis on moral intuition and humility to the practical application of virtues, offer a blueprint for navigating the complexities of modern life. Through stories that echo Confucius's insights, we are reminded of the power of love, respect, and moral integrity to transform our lives and the world around us. As we journey from the scholar to the sage, exploring the evolution of Confucius's thought, it's clear that his legacy is not just found in the annals of history, but in the living narratives of those who strive to embody his teachings. In a world still grappling with ethical dilemmas and seeking harmony, Confucius's philosophy offers a beacon of hope and a testament to the enduring power of wisdom to guide humanity. In the tapestry of human history, the wisdom of ancient philosophers often serves as a beacon, guiding us through the maelstrom of modern life's dilemmas. Among these venerable sages, Confucius stands as a colossus, his teachings resonating through millennia. Today, we embark on a journey to explore how Confucian philosophy, with its rich ethical framework, offers profound insights into contemporary issues, weaving a narrative that bridges the chasm between the past and the present. At the heart of Confucian philosophy lies the concept of Li, traditionally translated as ritual, but encompassing far more than mere ceremonial acts. Li represents the essence of proper behavior, the outward expression of the inner moral harmony that Confucius deemed essential for a well-ordered society. In today's fast-paced world, where instant gratification often supersedes ethical considerations, Revisiting Li's emphasis on thoughtfulness and respect in our interactions could be the antidote to the impersonal nature of digital communication. Confucius also championed the diversity of love, recognizing the varied forms it can take and the different expressions it can manifest. In an era where relationships are often scrutinized through a narrow lens, Confucian wisdom encourages us to appreciate the spectrum of love's expressions, from the filial piety to the deep bonds of friendship, reminding us that love's essence transcends romantic affiliations. Moral intuition, another cornerstone of Confucian thought, advocates for the innate ability to discern right from wrong. In a landscape cluttered with moral relativism, the call to hone our intuitive faculties to navigate ethical quandaries offers a refreshing counterpoint. It suggests that, deep down, we possess the compass needed to guide us through ethical dilemmas, should we choose to attune ourselves to it. The virtue of moral humility, as espoused by Confucius, entails recognizing our limitations and the perpetual journey of ethical self-improvement. In an age where certitude often trumps introspection, embracing moral humility could foster a culture of continuous learning and open-minded discourse, countering the polarized debates that dominate social platforms. Confucianism's practical application of virtue ethics, emphasizing the day-to-day embodiment of virtues, provides a roadmap for integrating ethical principles into our lives. This focus on actionable virtues aligns seamlessly with the modern quest for authenticity and meaning, challenging us to live our values rather than merely espousing them. By integrating real-life examples, such as the application of Li in resolving workplace conflicts or employing moral intuition to navigate personal dilemmas, this narrative aims to demonstrate the timeless relevance of Confucian philosophy. The wisdom of Confucius, enriched with idioms like, "A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step," serves not only as a testament to the enduring legacy of ancient ethics, but also as a vital compass for contemporary society. In weaving these threads together, we find that the teachings of Confucius offer more than historical curiosity. They present a vibrant tapestry of wisdom applicable to the quandaries of the modern world. As we stand at the crossroads of tradition and innovation, Confucius's path invites us to bridge the gap between ancient ethics and today's dilemmas, reminding us that within the annals of the past lie the keys to the future. In the tapestry of human history, few threads are as vivid and enduring as the teachings of Confucius. His wisdom, etched into the annals of time over 2 millennia ago, continues to illuminate the path for countless souls seeking guidance in the tumultuous sea of life. The sage among us, deciphering Confucius's enduring legacy, endeavors to unravel the intricate weave of Confucian philosophy, revealing its relevance in our contemporary world and its potential to shape our collective future. At the heart of Confucian thought lies the concept of Li, often translated as ritual or propriety. However, to pigeonhole Li into a narrow definition does a disservice to its profound implications. In essence, Li represents a life-generating activity, a dynamic process through which individuals cultivate virtue and foster harmonious relationships. It is not merely a set of rigid protocols, but a pathway to achieving moral excellence and social harmony. This notion of Li as a benevolent force echoes through the ages, reminding us that at the core of societal progress is the individual's commitment to moral self-improvement and conscientious living. Confucius championed the diversity of love, recognizing that love manifests in myriad forms and expressions, each contributing to the rich mosaic of human experience. This diversity underpins the moral framework of Confucianism, advocating for a balanced approach to ethical living that accommodates the varied facets of love. From the filial piety between child and parent to the camaraderie among friends, Confucius's teachings encourage us to nurture these bonds with empathy, respect, and a deep sense of moral intuition. Moral intuition, according to Confucianism, plays a pivotal role in navigating the complex landscape of ethical dilemmas. It is through this intuitive understanding that individuals discern the virtuous path, guided by an innate moral compass. This emphasis on intuition underscores the Confucian belief in the inherent goodness of human nature, suggesting that within each of us lies the capacity to achieve moral excellence. The principle of moral humility in Confucian thought serves as a constant reminder of our fallibility and the importance of self-awareness in our ethical journey. Confucius taught that true wisdom lies in recognizing one's limitations and striving for self-improvement. This humility fosters an environment of mutual respect and learning, where individuals are open to growth and transformation. Confucianism's focus on the practical application of virtue ethics in daily life offers a blueprint for ethical living that transcends the theoretical realm. It emphasizes the importance of integrating virtues such as honesty, integrity, and compassion into every aspect of one's life. This hands-on approach to morality ensures that ethical principles are not just abstract concepts but lived realities that shape our interactions and decisions. The educational aspect of Confucian thought holds that education is not merely the acquisition of knowledge but the cultivation of virtue. Confucius viewed learning as a lifelong endeavor, essential for personal development and societal well-being. This perspective highlights the transformative power of education, not just in shaping minds but in molding character. In addressing the tension between generalism and particularism in morality, Confucianism acknowledges the complexity of ethical decision-making. It recognizes the need for a flexible moral framework that can adapt to the nuances of different situations while upholding universal principles of goodness and justice. The integration of ethics and ontology in Confucian philosophy reveals a profound understanding of the interconnectedness of being and morality. It posits that the cultivation of virtue is not only an ethical imperative but an ontological necessity, reflecting the intrinsic value of moral living. As we delve into the rich tapestry of Confucian wisdom, we find a narrative that is both ancient and strikingly modern. The sage among us invites us to reconsider the timeless teachings of Confucius, not as relics of a bygone era but as guiding lights for the present and the future. In a world fraught with challenges, the principles of Confucianism, emphasizing moral integrity, social harmony, and the pursuit of knowledge, offer a beacon of hope, illuminating the path toward a more just, compassionate, and enlightened society. Through the lens of Confucius's enduring legacy, we are reminded that the journey toward moral excellence is not a solitary endeavor but a collective voyage, enriched by the wisdom of the past and the promise of tomorrow.